Hey, what is going on everybody? Jay from Jay's Trains here, and welcome to today's video. So, in today's video we're going to be talking a little bit about something that Lionel has just announced, and this is a product that is all brand new tooling, the first time it is ever being offered in 3-rail O-gauge, and that is a scale model of the General Electric ET44AC diesel locomotive. This is an engine that has been hotly requested for quite some time by modern modelers, and Lionel has made a semi-scale line chief version of this locomotive the last few years, but this is the first time they're offering a scale version of this locomotive, and they've offered in this short little brochure here a bunch of different road names and road numbers, both powered and super base units to go along with this release. So some pretty cool items that we're going to take a look at real quickly here. So let's go ahead and flip the page and get into this. So for this release, Lionel is doing 6 different road names, and on the first page we can see the BNSF and Canadian National units, and on the opposite page we have CSX, Kansas City Southern, Norfolk Southern, and Union Pacific. Each road name has 3 different road numbers available, 2 of which are powered units and 1 of which being a super base unit. The super base unit, of course, does not have a motor in it, and it does not have crew figures in the cab either. But what's interesting is this is the first time that the 4-digit addressing system is making an appearance in just a normal legacy release. Normally this is something that's only been done in Vision Line locomotives. So this is kind of introducing the 4-digit addressing system into the normal lineup of legacy products. So if you have the Cab 3 or Base 3 system pre-ordered, which should be coming out this year according to Lionel, then this is something that you'll be able to utilize through that. Now, of course, as mentioned earlier, these engines are all brand new tooling, and these locomotives are actually going to have a lot of different lighting features on them. You're going to have LED ground lights, walkway lights. Also, there's going to be LED lights in the control stands inside the cabs, appropriately positioned ditch lights on the locomotives, and also you're going to have, on a few of them, DPU and LSL lights. Like, for example, on the CN unit, which is where the DPU lights are, you can kind of see it up in the top left of the first page there, the front of the CN unit featured there. Right above the right ditch light is a red light. That's what's called the DPU light. So, like say you have a couple of units on a coal train. You have the lead unit, a unit in the center, and a unit on the rear. Where the DPU lights are the most noticeable is on the rear of the train. The unit operating remotely, whichever direction it's facing, you have DPU light on the front as well as the rear. So whichever direction that locomotive is facing, whatever is on the rear, you'd see the red DPU light functioning. And something else that I actually did not know with the CSX and Norfolk Southern units, they'll have, I believe it's an LSL light, which right below that CN DPU picture on the front there, you have a CSX picture underneath that 3250, and right in front of that 3 you can see a light there that I believe is a red light normally. And on the CSX and Norfolk Southern versions, those lights apparently are for use on, like, say, operations on the Northeast Corridor. So that's going to be really cool, and a feature that I don't even believe has been done in HO scale with scale trains. So, you know, shout out to Lionel for doing some research on that. That's going to be a really cool feature to have and to actually use on these locomotives. So to go along with all the different features on these locomotives, there will be road-specific detailing on these units as well. For example, the Norfolk Southern unit is the only one out of these that has the headlight mounted up on top instead of on the nose like all the others do. And the shape of the exhausts on these locomotives are also different as well. Like, for example, on the BNSF and CSX units, they have the square-shaped exhausts up on top, while the CN, KCS, NS, and UP units all have the angular-shaped exhausts. Now, something else that's definitely worth mentioning about these units as well is they're going to have all brand new sounds in them. On their recent live stream, Lionel said that within the next couple of months they're going to be getting some actual sound recordings off of real ET44ACs. So instead of just them throwing in some sounds from, like, say, ES44s from their previous runs, these engines are actually going to sound like real ET44s. So that's something that is going to be really cool to hear all the actual prototypical sounds from these. And just new sounds on legacy locomotives is something that's always very welcome. Now, if you look closely at the brochure here, you're going to notice that for some reason the minimum curve that is required for these engines isn't listed. I can't confirm or deny it, but I have seen a lot of people saying that the minimum curve for these engines are 054. And during their live stream, Ryan and Dave both mentioned that these engines are actually longer than the ES44s that they already make. And just by looking at the pictures, you can kind of tell that these things are beasts, but they look good. So I can't confirm or deny that these are 054 curves, but if they are a little bit longer than the ES44s that they already do, then I guess that in a way that's kind of understandable. So getting into the cost of these engines, if you look at the MSRP for the powered units, they're right at $800, while the super base units are right at $700. Yeah, these are definitely pretty pricey, but if you go through a good Lionel dealer, you should be able to get a bit of a discount. At this point, I've already looked at a few stores, and I've seen the powered units by themselves going for somewhere between $680 and $720, so it really all depends on what dealer you order through, and some stores even have a further early pre-order discount on these. So if you look around, I'm sure you can find a good Lionel dealer that has these for a decent price. So yeah, that's going to bring us to the end of today's product announcement video, guys. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought of this new announcement from Lionel. Were you pleasantly surprised or were you disappointed? I, for one, am glad to finally see these locomotives making an appearance in O-Gauge. I haven't really made too many videos about it, but over the last couple of years, I've gotten a few ET44s and ES44s in HO scale from Scale Trains. Because, even though I'm primarily a steam and transition era collector, when it comes to modern power, I really am a fan of the ET44 and the ES44s. So now that these engines are going to be available in O-Gauge, I'm probably going to end up parting with some of my Scale Trains locomotives. So, at this point, am I going to be pre-ordering any of these? No, probably not. I wouldn't be able to even make a decision at the moment, even if I were to do that. Right now, my top three choices would be either the CSX, Norfolk Southern, or the Canadian National units. Those are the three that kind of stand out to me. At this point, Lionel said that the delivery date for these is probably going to be sometime between January and February of 2025, so there's still plenty of time at this point left to figure out exactly what versions I would like to get to add to my collection. So yeah, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you're not already a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and leave a like with this video too. I would really appreciate that. This is Jay of Jay's Trains, signing out. I will see you guys next time.